Hello, hello. Tracks, calm down. They're not even here yet, okay? Nobody's here to feed you yet. Calm down. Let me paint. Let me do this. Tracks. Buddy, why you gotta start like this? Why you gotta start like this, huh? Hey, Shelly. Shelly's gonna help me out right away. He is just so needy. Okay. Don't get on the canvas. It's a struggle. Just moved my camera. Hi, Pew. Tracks. Look at you. You just know. You just know. Just know. We're streaming. The second I turn off the lights in this room and turn on the stream lights, he was freaking all over me. I'm okay, Pew. I'm a little stressed out, but I'm okay. I just painted my own hand. How are you doing? How are you doing, Shelly? Hey, Bam, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. Why are you sorry? Is it Bram? Am I saying it right? Bram? I got one right. Look at me starting off with a win. I'm not good at names, okay? Where is my stuff? Why is my stuff not up here? Wounded Warriors is not showing. Pally. Lord love a duck. Nothing's on, y'all. Nothing's turned on. Nobody can do anything today. Can you all see Wounded Warriors up there? Yes, I can see it. Oh, are you? That's cool. Shelly, how you doing? What is the event? For Wounded Warriors or for 100 artists? You're healing up? I hope so, honey. Good Lord, you've been through enough. Shelly, I believe I modded you in the Discord so you can read mods only. By the way, 100 artist event. Happy to tell you about it. Okay, so here's what's going on with 100 artists right now. Do you know anything about it? You want me to give you the background of the whole event? Hey, Teal. I mean, I guess I could just start rambling on and you could tell me if it's stuff you already know. So the 100 Artists event is, actually I started planning it in January. It's almost a full year-long event where I invited 100 artists to trade an artist trading card with me. So each of the artists makes one card, and then in April we have a 4-day, it's the end of the event. There's a ton that happens between now and then, but in April we have a 4-day 100-hour follow the raid event with all 100 artists. So first invites were sent out in July. We hit 50 by day 2. It was insane how rapidly we got a response. Super, super cool. I think it was day 2. Was it 1 week? I don't know. It went so quick. It went so quick. So we have the 100 fill. So everybody was given until December the 1st to submit an artist trading card. I have less than half of them right now. I'm a little nervous. So for those that are not going to be able to turn one in, or something has happened in the year or whatever, right? Because people have lives. I am currently looking for people who would like to substitute in for them. Are you, Shelly? Yours should have gotten there by now. Teal, did I get yours? I can't remember off the top of my head. I know there's about 10 or 12 people working on them right now and shipping them, and that's great. I'm going to send out a Discord message to everybody probably next week.
Thank you.
And just say, hey, Kevin, thank you so much. And just say, hey, let me know if it's on its way. Let me know if you can't do this. You know what I mean? So I can get a good head count and figure out what I need to do. I'm not trying to kick anybody out of this event. So I want to make that really, really clear. Okay? The whole point of this event was to include people, not exclude people. And just because you had something happen in your life, you know, like Gorilla and Shelly have had some serious health issues going on. People have things happen, right? Jobs lost, moving, like things happen. And I get that, and it's okay. Like you and Shelly are, I'm telling you. Anyway, so in the meantime, before the raid, we promote every single artist. There's an artist a day on Twitter and Instagram. Artists are promoted on my website, and when you turn in your ATC, you can hit exclamation artist here, and it'll pop up with a shout out for a random one of the 100 and a picture of their ATC if they've turned it in. The ATCs are published on my website along with your link so that you're being promoted on the website. It's just a bunch of promotions. You get a badge, something like this, that you can put on your streams, so when people find you, they know that you're one of the 100. But Bram, if you would like to join my Discord, if you hit exclamation Discord, then there's a 100 Artists channel. Ask in there about it. I would love to bring you in, right? As long as your stream and what you do on Twitch is a safe place for people, and I do vet every artist, then, you know, I'd be happy to have you. My fear is that we're going to come into April and I'm not going to have enough artists for that 4-day event, and I need that to happen. I've already had people volunteer to do 2 shifts. So instead of just doing 1 hour, they could do an hour on each day. Stuff like that works great, and we'll work that out when we get closer to it. But that raid schedule is going to come out into February 1st of March. And when that goes live, I need to make sure I've got enough people to do that, because I won't have time to go out and search for new artists and vet them, right? But yeah, love to have more artists. What do you said you are a crafter, you're a creator as well. What do you make? Thought you were on 11 months last time, but now 10? That is weird, Kevin. I've got the data, because like Buzz is almost on 1 year too. Your card is from the heart. Oh, Gorilla. You stay real close to my mind right now. Your glue gun needs new batteries. Thanks for the alert, Shelly. I appreciate you. But yeah, so, and in the middle of that going on, we're having this charity event for Wounded Warrior Project. Diamond painting and mandalas. Ooh, fun. That's awesome. Twitch don't like you subbing here. We'll figure it out, Kevin. I mean, it doesn't really matter what Twitch says as long as we know, right? But I have it. I pull my data once a month. I just don't look at it because I suck. But I do pull it once a month. So I can look it up and tell you where you're at. TLP, are you laughing at me? I don't look at it. I want to make sure. Okay, so for subscribers to this channel, when you hit that 1 year mark, you receive a subiversary gift from me. So you get a painting from me. So I keep track of that for people. I don't look at it because I suck. I don't like the numbers. I like the people. I have to pay attention to the numbers. I have to look at them every now and then. I don't pay close enough attention like I should. You know what I mean? You're not that long a crafter, but you like it? That's all right. Everybody starts somewhere, right? I'm going to put this paintbrush in the water because I've put paint on it twice and it's just going to sit here and dry on my bristles because I'm not painting, I'm just talking. You're not that long a streamer. You don't have to be. Thank you, Kevin.
What's up, chat?
This is my husband.
What's up, Trax?
Hello, husband. Don't talk to him. He's laying in one place right now.
Okay.
He's been all over the place. Shelly had to feed him to get him off me.
What's up, Kevin?
He's very excited about stream today.
He was asleep in this chair back there.
Until I turned my lights on, and
Until she turned the lights on. Literally pulled her mic out of the desk, and he jumped onto this arm, and then walked onto the desk over there. As soon as the lights came on.
Yeah,
purring. He was racked out back here.
Super excited.
He said, "Oh, the magic lights came on. I get food from the magic box."
I went through and reported them. I reported 6 of them today before I went live. So they've all been reported and added to the list.
You know, you should just ignore it. That's going to be my... I don't even care anymore. I'm tired of trying to do it. So.
My last report to Twitch was, I may as well just let this happen since you're never going to stop it. I stopped pulling punches, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, I'm done. I'm done. We have a stalker, guys. That's what we're talking about. I don't like to talk about it on stream. Anyway.
Store.
All right.
Listen for the door just in case she gets her early.
What?
Pork.
Pork? For the Madrigal dinner?
She's delivering it today, yes.
I didn't know that.
I did tell you that.
When did you tell me that?
I told you I said she's dropping it off Wednesday.
I do not recall that.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I told you.
I do not recall that. So I've been married for over 30 years, and I'd like to, in all honesty, tell you the best way to stay married for 30 years is selective hearing. That's right, Gorilla. Gorilla gets me. Yes, this is Traxy Cat. He's a rescue. He has a neurological disorder, and he's incredibly sweet. Incredibly sweet. He's a very, very sweet cat. Hey, hi, Flicker. It's so good to see y'all today. Just to let you know, by the way, I gotta move this. This is a mess. Hi, Flicker playing Fall Guys. Your brain hurts from this morning. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I appreciate you working on it, though. I'm excited about it. Hi, Flicker is creating a special bot just for us, and I'm excited about it. Man, Clippy is loud. Is Clippy loud to you guys? That seemed loud to me. The views is the hardest part of streaming. Bram, tell me where you're at. There's no such thing as no self-promo here if you're worried about it. Talk about it. Tell me where you're at. How many followers you got? How long you been streaming? What are you struggling with? Tell me about it. I'm excited, Hi Flicker. I really am. I am. I mean, and here's the thing. I mean, if it doesn't work, then we can keep playing with it. What's the matter, right? What's up, Sunshine, with the sub? Traxy Cat, don't get on the canvas, okay? I love you. Don't get on the canvas. How you doing, Sunshine? Yes. You aggressively love me right now, I know. Yes. This is very true, Hi Flicker. You love what you do. Go meet good people, go make some friends. You'll have plenty of viewers. But I don't know if it's the 3 consecutive views that Bram is looking for. You know what I mean? Like when you first start out, and if you're trying for, not even when you first start out, but just if you've decided that you're going to try and be an affiliate, getting those concurrent views. Lord Love a Duck, y'all are Thank you, Tina. You guys are going to make a hype train happen. 5 months, Tina. Yay! Art Rat's right. Okay, all the things are going to happen today. Hi, Art Rat. I saw you live, and I was going to jump in there, and then I couldn't. An anonymous cheerer. Anonymous, thank you so much. Hey, Eric. Streaming for a few weeks, first gaming, but I have streamed some capping you already. Hi, Flicker. Lord Love a Duck. Oh my goodness, look at that. Gorilla. Drones, buzzard. I gotta shut down I gotta turn the speaker down. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, y'all, calm your tots. Rose, Finn, Buzz, Drones, Gorilla. Wow, Hi Flicker, you picked some good ones. Stream with your tablet and you're saving money to buy a PC. You know what, Bram? Kevin has also streamed with a phone and a tablet, and is probably a great resource for you as far as helping out. All the hype. Thank you, Hi Flicker. I appreciate you. I can't. Okay, we have to hug the cat or he won't stop, okay? I have to hug my chunky boy. What's that, Tina? What's the 1,000? Bitch. Okay. Okay. Y'all know we're raising money for Wounded Warrior and not for myself, right? Like, I don't know what's happening right now. You have confused me. I don't know, Shelly. I don't know. Yeah, Bram, you and Kevin should be friends. You guys should meet. I don't know what happened. Thank you, Shelly. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. I really do. You see this right here? What Nightbot's talking about? That happens on Friday. Kevin Camara, my mod, Kevin, can probably really help out. Definitely. There's a bunch of stream help in the Discord too. I mean, it's a lot to read through, but Kevin is a great resource as far as streaming the way that you're streaming. Definitely. Sunshine gifted to Art Rat. Thank you. Oh, this is so nice. All the wonderful people getting subs today. I love to see it. You guys are so nice. You didn't get to see me there either, Eric. I was going to pop in. I went to hit the link, and my computer decided to have this little issue today where instead of deleting my cookies and running the security scam thing, whatever, that it does in the middle of the night, it decided to do it in the middle of the day today and logged me out of everything. Like Twitch was on light mode when I finally got logged back in. It was a happy little nightmare for a few minutes. I was like, what is happening? Thank you guys so much. I'm serious. I was like, why? Why? I was in the middle. Okay, so like my email's up. I have like 2 Twitch channels up. My Twitter's up. I had the Tiltify campaign up. I had Streamlabs up, you know. And all of a sudden I'm logged out of everything, and I was like, what is happening? What is happening? My website, you know. I had to take 10 minutes and remember all my passwords. I don't know why it did it. I don't know if it's because I've shut my computer off nonstop. Bye. But yeah, I was heading into Art Rat stream, and then it was, you know, it was too late. I had to set this up and get going so that I could sit here and not paint for 15 minutes and just talk to y'all. Bye. Look at all these bits, you guys. You guys, oh my goodness. Art Rat, Tina, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The little Mrs. faces, I forgot those were on there. You were there in spirit. I was not. I was angry and frustrated in spirit, Art Rat, but I much rather would have been with you. That would have been a much better time. Did you see my new donation? I did not. I did not. Did I get a dono for Wounded Warriors? Tina! Tina! Thank you. All the kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All the kisses for Tina. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I am so excited about this. The little tracks emote, doesn't it look like him? It's just a little bit derpy. It's a little derpy, kind of like tracks. The beta emote is a little suspicious, kind of like beta. First a year, we got to talk about, we still need to talk after the new year. All right, Tina, I'm ready. I'm ready. Derpy tracks. He's a little derpy. He's a sweet boy, though. All right, Tina, I'm ready. We can talk whenever you want. Not this week, though. We can talk anytime you want after this week. Let me tell you what's happening this week, y'all, okay? Because I'm going to ignore the rest of this hype train and just distract you. Ooh, look at me. Don't look at the hype train. This week, okay, so work today, stream today, okay? So there goes 15 hours of my day. Oh, that was a little hard, buddy, okay? You can't headbutt my boobs like that. Tomorrow, I do not work, but today, they're dropping off 60 pork butts. 60. Oh, Tina. Tina. Tina, Lord love a duck. Oh my gosh, Tina has a new badge. Tina was just like, piss off, I'm going to finish this train. Okay. I see you, Tina. Wow. Hey, Jim Bro. Thank you so much. So they're dropping off 60 pork butts. For those of you that don't know, that's 600 pounds of pork. Oh my gosh, hi Flicker. Ursa Crafter, Weirdness Master, Originals, Wazzle, and Borlock. Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. Yep, pork butts. We're making pulled pork. 600 pounds of pulled pork. Tray now complete. Thank you, High Flicker. We already have 70 pounds of pulled pork and 20 pounds of chicken here. Okay, Liza, right? So here's what we have to do this week, okay? I stream today. I stream tomorrow. I stream and work on Friday.
Thank you.
And on Saturday, we are at the Hanover game cooking and serving food for all them, right? So 70 pounds of pork butt and about 25-ish pounds of chicken will be served at the Hanover game, and I'm there all day Saturday, right? So we have our charity stream on Friday. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, and I stream. Sunday, I have to get everything cleaned up, and we're going to start cooking that 600 pounds of pork butt. That has to be done probably by Wednesday, okay? And we'll cook about 30 of them a day, 28 a day, something like that. And I work all week. I stream on Sunday. I stream on Wednesday. It's going to be stupid busy for a minute, okay? And I'm going to smell like pork butt. Oh, it's good too, Sunshine. It's good. We don't even eat barbecue out, you know what I'm saying? Want Irk to send you any barbecue? Y'all can come over and have some. I'm not jumping in the lake for it though, Jim Bro. I just, let me be clear. If you and Irk want to come by, don't bring a towel. I'm not jumping in the lake, okay? You can just come by and visit. I know, Tina. Your husband's working on the smoker right now, doing salmon. Did you guys brine it? We brine our salmon for smoking. It's so good. Liza wouldn't push me in. She knows that I know where the French onion dip is. So, you know, Liza and I are like that, okay? That's exactly right, Liza. You can't divide us, Jim Bro. Oh, I love smoked salmon, Teal Appeal. My favorite snack in the world is smoked salmon with club crackers and cream cheese. Ah, so good. That's right, Liza. That's right. I was looking up on Amazon. Irk! 17 months. You know, Irk and Jimbro, we've almost known each other for 2 years now. Isn't that amazing? Not to get in the middle of sisterhood. Yes, Irk is right here with us. Tina. Lord love a duck. Tina, are you okay? Honey? What are you doing? Did you forget you did that already? You gifted 10 subs and didn't sub yourself. Hi, Flaker. You don't have to, honey. No, I'm insane. She did. She's at 10K. She's at 10K. Ooh, what emotes do you have? Tina gets new emotes. What are they? Let's see if I can remember. All the choo-choos. What are the... Do you get one of us? I think you get one of us, right? One of us and... One of us and love you? Is that what you get? You got the love you. Eric's got 100 artists. Yay! I love the love you heart. Twitch told me I couldn't have that. Twitch denied that heart. It was one of the first emotes that I ever put in there. And they said, no, you can't have that. And I said, okay. Because they said it had a letter in it and you could spell a bad word with it. I was like, it literally says love you. Like, it's not bad. Okay, it's a good thing. But I accepted it, and then Twitch did this thing where they said, hey, you can upload emotes without our approval. And I was like, guess which one? And it was the first emote I uploaded without Twitch approval. So, you know, just saying. You give people power, they'll misuse it. I'm not above it, all right? But it absolutely was my first one. I was like, oh, look, I can put in this emote. It's a good thing, okay? I just want to love people. Just let me love you. I sound like Trax is who I sound like. Let me love you. That's what Trax says all day long. Just let me love you. I made you love me, right, Tina? Oh, thank you so much. You guys, seriously, thank you, thank you. You don't even know how good your timing is. Because, we had to go to GFS to pick up seasoning and everything for rub for all these pork butts. And the GFS that we go to happens to be right down the street from Michael's. And Michael's happened to have a sale. And Tracks. Hop down here, buddy. They won't be able to see. Do you see that in the corner over there? That's 28 brand new canvases. So you got great timing. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. That's what Twitch sings about my love you emote. Only 28. I could only fit 28 in the car. We had it full of buns and pans and seasoning. I couldn't fit any more in the car. I couldn't get the real big ones that I wanted because I didn't have enough room. We had to move my husband's backpack to the back of the truck because it couldn't fit in the back seat. I mean, I literally couldn't fit another thing in that car. But okay, now in my defense, he made a critical mistake because he said, you go ahead, I'll stay in the truck. I mean, what was I supposed to do? Oh, well, hi, Flicker. You best go get busy there, son. I don't know how to say that in a politically correct way. Oh, look at all the happiness, Eric. Look at all the love. What? What? You're newly married. Go do your husbandly duty. How about that? Don't tell your wife we said hi. Just go be a good husband. Tina, right? Oh. All right. Go enjoy dinner and a movie. I mean, honeymoons aren't really known for dinner and a movie. That's what old married people do. That's what I do. Is that your belly? Is that your belly? Is that your fat belly? Is that your fat belly? Hmm? My hands are so... Date nights are dinner and a movie, right? After the first year, that's what date night becomes. And then it just stays that way for the rest of your life until you die. I don't think that's a huge selling point for marriages, but I like it. Just saying. What? Dinner after dark. Wow, high flicker. I do too, Irk. I do too. I like going to the movies. The cat is stuck again. Alien! Oh, beta cat. Beta cat, we're trying to save the cat. Get out of the hole, little cat. Get. There you go. Alien! Donate to Wounded Warrior Project. Thank you so much. Come on. We're going on a date. Turn on your Xbox. Excellent. I love it. Turn on your Xbox. Is he a VTuber, Liza? I can't even picture this. I can't even say it with a straight face. He's a VTuber. You go on VTuber dates. That's not what they're called. What's it called? The virtual chat rooms? Who's talking to us? Yes, they absolutely are. Beta came up here for treats. Lunch date with breakfast foods followed by range time. Nice. Breakfast is good any time of day. Beta cat is perched right here. He is the black void that you see at the side of the screen. That was today, so yay. OEF and I were laughing so hard about you and Jim Bro showing up with a towel. Oh my gosh. All right, Tina, thank you so much. Thank you. Farming simulator, big green. Wow, high flicker. What a romantic you are. Go spend time with your wife and stop talking to us. I know, right, Irk? Crack me up. Crack me up. She's still doing her hair. Okay. I just don't want to be in trouble. You guys want a treat? You want me to give you a treat? No, I want to put my butt in your face. Tracks. Really should have cast out to fish. Would have been great. Oh, yes. Jim Bro, you're 100% right. You had me at Xbox, right, Liza? Right? I need to make time to game. I really, really do. Where I just sit and just play a game and have fun. I need to do it. I need to do it. Hi Flicker said you guys can have treats. Beta Cat, you want a treat? You want to eat them up there? Your brother gets to eat them over here. Do you want to eat them over here? Come here, Beta. What are you doing, buddy? You don't want a treat? You don't want a treat? You want me to feed you treats? Come get your treats. Those are your treats. You start with the Xbox being turned on. Pirate adventures are so much fun, right? Sea of Thieves all the way. Nothing wrong with it. A date's a date. A date on a boat is even better. My husband, currently obsessing over buying himself a kayak, has now decided that I also will need a kayak. I know, right? Hi, Flicker. He ate them all gone. He ate them all gone. Beta's good boy. Beta's good boy. Oh, stretch. Trax had his gone within, 2 seconds, so you got your money's worth. He just inhales them. I don't even think he chews. Yeah, so he's now decided that, I should have one too, and then we could go out together, and then we could both fish together, and it'd be really fun. And I'm like, that would be fun. And he's like, and we could go to this lake, and we could go to this place, and we could camp out. And this is where the this'll be fun part ended for me, because I immediately was like, excuse me, we can get a hotel. And he's like, no, we can camp out, with the tent. And I was like, in a hotel? And he's like, no, we've got tents. We could take the tent and go camping, and we could, in a hotel. In a hotel. In a hotel. With a shower, in a toilet, in a hotel. In a hotel. I'll take a cabin 100% of the time. 100%. Bed and breakfast over anything. I love them. Yeah. I'm like, what? So you want me to go kayak? You want me to get in the smelly, dirty Indiana water? You want me to go fishing with you, which I love fishing. I'll outfish him in a heartbeat. I'm good at it. So you want me to go fishing with you? You want me to stink all day long? And then you want me to sleep in a tent with you, who is pretty much guaranteed to stink more than me. And this is fun. I'm like, right, Teal? No, I don't want to sleep on the ground. I wake up hurting, getting out of my own bed. No, I don't want to sleep on the ground. I don't want to sleep on an air mattress. I don't want mosquitoes. I don't want to be cold. I don't want to be too hot. I want, central heat and air. I want to take a shower and have a nice dinner. Enjoy the fresh outdoors. No, I can do that while I'm on the kayak. Enjoy nature. And then go to the hotel and enjoy room service. Why can't I have both? I mean, I can go get my damn tiara if I need to, all right? 100% Teal Appeal, 100%. That's what I'm talking about. He's teased me about this forever. Okay, so when we first met, and we were first dating, before we were even married, he wanted to go, let's take a weekend and go camping and go. And I was like, okay. Okay. I'll tell you what, why don't we go up White Pass? We'll go to Whistling Jack Lodge. So for those of you that don't know, as you cross the mountains in the state of Washington, there's only a couple passes through the mountains. And the bigger pass is White Pass, and there's ski lodges and stuff up there. But Whistling Jack Lodge has a series of cabins that go down the river, right? It's really pretty, really, really pretty. And it's all glacier runoff. It's bright, crystal clear water. It's gorgeous. So we rented a cabin, went to Whistling Jack Lodge, and I was like, this is camping. I'm gonna need you to understand the definition. This is camping. We have a cabin with a deck with a hot tub on it that overlooks a river full of glacier runoff on the top of a mountain range. And inside the cabin, when you first walk in the door, is a fireplace with a bearskin rug in front of it. Camping, okay? That's camping. Oh, we can go camping. He just needs to understand what the definition is. That's all I'm saying. Just need to get on my level. It's glamping. Isn't glamping with the like the froofy pink RVs and stuff? I'm not feeling that either. I'm not feeling that either. Here's the thing. I'm 100% good to go out and get dirty. I'll go chop down trees on our property. I'll go, I got no problem with that. I'm not a girly girl by any stretch of the imagination. I am, however, old enough that I want to enjoy myself and not be in pain and be miserable. So, you know, that's what I want to do. Yeah. Yeah. And besides that, I just don't want to stink. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to stink. I don't like stink. I don't. I never did. I mean, you know, I've hiked Rainier, gone spelunking, done the whole thing. And I was younger then, and I really enjoyed it. And, you know, I'd do it again. I mean, I don't regret any of my choices. It's not like I ever had a bad time. I'm just past the point of wanting to do that now. Hair dryer shut off. Oh, time to go. I'm just, you know, I've moved on with my life. That's all. I need this closer to me. So I can see what I'm doing here. Irk, I love your shaving bag. It turned out so good. And those little signs you made, fish. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I love them. As soon as I saw them, I was like, why have I never made myself a sign? Like, why have I not done this? Why does it not have Mrs. OEF5Com on the wall behind me? You've been working, right? I feel you there. I do. I've decided to rework almost everything for the new year. Almost everything. It's going to take me some serious time. Here's your sign, right? Why didn't I ever think about this? Like, I need a sign. I need a sign that I can take. I've got a piece of wood sitting right here. I have a piece of wood. Right here. It's perfect. Why have I not made a sign? I literally don't even have to buy anything to do it. Anyway, I don't know. I'll get it done. I am reworking damn near everything. Like, we're all going to talk about what emotes we want, what emotes we don't. We're going to change up how the channel looks. And I'm going to rework that entire website. It wasn't time for that yet. Apparently not, Eric. Apparently not. Yeah, we're going to rework the entire website. I got a whole bunch of stuff. But here's the thing, in the last year, and I'm not going to say this well. I already know I'm not going to say it well, and I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, blame anybody. I'm not trying to complain. I have zero complaints about the last year on Twitch. None whatsoever. I couldn't be happier. I am so proud, like to the depth of my being, of my community and all y'all's, my friends, and the things that you guys have been doing. I have nothing but good things to say about this year. I really don't. But a strange thing happened this year. Because you ever like get to a point where you're moving so fast that like there's just so much to do in a day, and you're moving really quick and you're just trying to get everything done, and like you're checking stuff off that to-do list, but there's always more on the to-do list, and it just keeps rolling, you know what I mean? And you don't stop. Hey, Cass! That's this year for me. That's how it's been, right? And I won't burn out. I function at that level on a regular basis. I move fast all the time. And I always have. I've always worked really hard. I've always gone 16, 18 hours a day. And I'm good at that speed. It's okay, you can't see nothing. I can show them to you if you want me to. Do you want to see them today? We're on the 5th one. She's probably already gone. This series is a commission for Cass, and she bought them sight unseen. She doesn't want to see them. You don't want to see them. Okay. I'm hiding. I'm hiding them. I can't set it down because the paint's wet, but I've got it off the table because the paint's wet, but you can't see it, so you're okay. And Trax is doing a good job, buddy, aren't you? He's sitting there on my reference, so you can't see that. Look at him protecting you, Cass. So this year has gone so quickly, and I worked through a ton of the ideas in the ideas channel on the Discord. I worked through a bunch of, hey, Mrs. Can you? Exactly, Art Rat. All that kind of stuff. And in the middle of that, I had like, okay, Cass. Okay, Cass, if it helps you, I will not be painting these tomorrow. I will not be painting these Friday. I will be painting your last one on Sunday. There you go. That's your heads up. The Cass schedule for the week. I miss you though. So what happened was I designed like different things to do in series, right? Here's a series of paintings that I want to do. I know, I miss you too. No, don't step on it. No. It's okay, he can't hurt it. And I couldn't get to them, right? So what ended up happening, thank you for hosting. What ended up happening is this kind of snowballed on me, right? So like, let's say in January, I was like, oh, here's a great idea. I want to do this leaf series. And I want to do them with an acrylic pour, and I want to do an overlay on them. And here's what I want to make, right? But I didn't get to make them in January, and then February came and something else happened in February. And then in March, I was like, hey guys, I want to do this series on these leaves. And I started and did a palm tree. I did a palm leaf. And then I did some on ATCs, but I never did the series of 10 canvases that I wanted to do. Right? Hey lady. Putting his butt seal of approval. Absolutely. And so I didn't get that done. And then in March, there was another, hey, I want to do this, right? This series right here, like this was a plan from like my birthday in June. So I want to say, I went through and sorted them. I got to set this over here so Cass can't see it, but I don't want to set it. I went through and sorted them out and wrote notes. 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I have 20
Yay!
series of paintings planned that I have not got to. Hey, Cherry. Now, this isn't a bad thing. It means I'm never going to run out of inspiration, right? And Lady, it's so good to see you here. Commission you to do all these. No, my goodness. No, but here's what I am going to do. I'm going to rework that website and I'm going to base it around series. Hi, Cherry. And I'm going to work on them. I am absolutely going to dedicate time and do it. So I'm not going to be doing jewelry. I'm not going to, I have to lose something to do this, right? I have to give up something to do this. I'm not going to do pyrography. I'm not going to do jewelry. I'm going to remove that stuff from the website. Obviously, excuse me. So you wouldn't be missing out, right, Cass? But you shouldn't bear the burden of me getting carried away. You know what I'm saying? But I am absolutely going to make time to do this because here's what's happened in my head. All right. A couple of months ago, I started talking about, I feel like I need an artistic restart, right? I feel like I need to do something. I feel like I'm a little lost. And I feel, you know, I started talking about that with you guys. Cherry, you can always commission something. I can always make you some. And I really meant that. I was starting to feel like I'm a little lost here and I felt really overwhelmed. And I know for the last 3 or 4 months I've talked to you guys about I'm really overwhelmed today. This is really overwhelming me. I need to get stuff off my to-do list. I have too many unfinished projects. And here's the problem. I was like, okay, I have to, you know, do this, do this, do this. I have no commissions right now. I do now because of Cass, but I didn't before. I have no commissions right now, so I can finish all of this. I'm going to get this website done. I'm going to get, you know, all of that kind of stuff, right? But here's what happened. I got that to-do list down to like nothing. It shouldn't be stressing me out anymore. Like it's down to normal parameters. So why do I feel this way? So I was at the office, I was in a team meeting that was excellent and should not have been an email. And while I was there, I was distracting myself by going through Cricut Design Space. And I had easily over 50 designs that I've never done anything with. I went in there and created them and came up with a plan and never followed through. And I was like, this is what's unfinished. This is what it is. It isn't that to-do list of little things that have to get done every day. It isn't that. This is what's unfinished. So when I first started streaming, thank you, Cherry. When I first started streaming, I streamed 1 day a week and it was what's Mrs. gonna do today. Nobody knew. It was like whatever I felt like doing, right? And of course I wasn't accountable to anybody when I first started streaming. But I say that and within 30 days, you know, I had almost 300 people. And a lot of them are here. Y'all are still with me 2 years later. It's amazing. That's amazing. I love it. I love that. I just love that. But things started getting really, really busy. We changed from Etsy to the website we did. I've done a bunch of stuff this year. I've just done a bunch of stuff this year. Supporting other people and making sure that that I, am popping into people's streams and saying hi and, trying to get there when I can for all of you. It's hard to do for 1,000 people, okay? But I'm trying. You get nerves on stream? Do you really? I never have. I know a lot of people get it though. It's completely normal to feel that way. I never have. Love you too. Streaming is absolutely the easy part. For me, it's the easy part. But Bram, within my professional life, within my career, I do a lot of public speaking. So that part came easy. As a matter of fact, I tell a story about when I was on Mixer. Somebody came into stream and was like, wow, Mrs., you're really good at this. I get nervous. And I was like, oh, that was an option. Like, I didn't realize that being nervous was an option, right? It never occurred to me. Oh, yes. Cass wants to give you belly rubs. It's so good. So yeah, I have been nervous to do things, right? It's not an option to be nervous. Social media is difficult for me. Building on social media, I've absolutely not been successful at it. I try really hard at it. Doing public speaking and being on cam, talking to people isn't the same feeling. It's not the same feeling at all, Sunshine. You're right. It's not. I'm saying that it didn't occur to me that it was any different. You know what I mean? Like it never clicked on my brain that there was going to be people watching me and I should be nervous about people being there. It never occurred to me. And I think that it didn't occur to me because I'm used to standing in a big crowd of people. You know what I mean? Social media, look at everybody useless at socials. We're all struggling with the socials. We're all having a hard time. Not nerves for all time, but it's new. I need to find, you will 100% find your flow. The more you do it, the easier it gets 100% of the time. I'll tell you what, the best advice for live streaming I ever received, and I've said this 100 times on this channel, the best advice I ever received was from the real MP 26. Just hit the button. Don't overthink it. Just hit the go live button. You'll find your way as you go. You got audio problems? Fix them when you're live. You got video problems? Fix them when you're live. Chat tech support's a thing. Right? You got to take a break and walk out of the room because you forgot something? Go do it. It's fine. The world doesn't stop when things like that happen. Nobody actually cares. And if you're super worried about your content, don't be. Your content doesn't matter. We're supposed to be painting today. I have now been live for an hour. I painted a half a leaf and a jawline. You know what I'm saying? If people were here for the painting, I mean, y'all be pretty disappointed, right? It's not about that. The streamer advice that you get, okay, will tell you that content is important and you have to be, you have to make sure that it's all crisp and shiny and it's got to be perfect all the time and you have to have a plan and you know what I mean, right, Cherry? Right? It's a good thing you are because it's all you're getting today. And it's not true. It's 100% not true. I can tell you right now, I average about 25 viewers every stream. Now, I'd love to tell you that I'm bringing more people into my community. We get more people to love all the time, and it's a great thing. But I average about 25 people per stream. And it does not matter what I'm doing. Race and games to talk and chat. It's the people that makes it. Absolutely. It's that community. Your escape attempts failed. Everyone has a different definition for content. Absolutely, Irk. This is good content, right? But we don't think about it. We don't think of ourselves necessarily as the content, especially when you very first start streaming, right? When you first start streaming and you're alone, right? You don't think about the fact that you're the content. My mic is cutting out. I am still going to do soap, yes. Is it okay now? I'm not getting any feedback anywhere. I'm unfollowing. My whole soap cult would revolt. Are you kidding? No, we're still going to do soap. We're still going to do soap. I'm not going to have jewelry and pyrography on the website anymore. Those are the only things I'm taking down, but I am going to sell every one of those items. We're going to put them on sale. She's a stream crafter too. Stream crafter. A stream crafter. What a great phrase. I love that. The fact that I'm the content and I worry because I'm so dull compared to other streamers. But you're not, Blaze. But you're not. You're not. All glory to the soap cult, right? Not a huge fan of streamers where the streamer doesn't engage with chat. Exactly, Cass. You need a new pair? Let me just set them aside for you, Cherry, and we'll work something out. All right. Stream crafter. I do. I love it. It's a good phrase. Jensen Hackles was to randomly talk directly to me. Oh my gosh. Right, Cass? You'd like never get over it, right? You'd just be like, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. You cannot speak to me, okay? No, I want to be in streams where people are engaging. I want to be in streams where people are talking. And I think when you first start out, before you have anybody there, when you see that one viewer, you believe that there's only one viewer there. And it's not true. Right, Cherry, my earring model. It's not true. It's absolutely not true. Let me show you what I mean. We're gonna get into Twitch now, y'all. Okay, we're gonna talk about this. I do not normally. I do not normally. I don't pay attention to numbers half as much as what I should. Okay. I really don't. And I don't want to talk about numbers now. I'm trying to see. Hang on just a second, y'all. There they are. All right, I'm going to show you something. We are going to talk a tiny bit about numbers, okay? But not really. Not really. You guys will understand what I'm talking about, okay? Less than foremost every day. Exactly, Irk. Exactly. Okay, you see this? These are my VODs, all right? If you want to know what your real numbers are, because Twitch data is awful, okay? Just being honest here. It's awful. You're never really going to know how you're doing, and you have absolutely no way to compare yourself to anybody else to know where the gauge is. So if you are attempting to rely on numbers and you're putting weight in those numbers, the numbers that you're getting are, 1, skewed completely. 2, it's bad data. You can't actually gain any relevant information from it. And 3, it gives you absolutely no comparison to know where you stand anyplace else. Okay? Which means you don't know if you're doing well. You don't know if you're doing poorly. You don't know if the average human takes a year to become an affiliate or if it takes 1 week. You have no idea with the numbers that Twitch gives you. So when you put a bunch of weight into that, you're inferring all kinds of information into those numbers that you can't actually glean from data. Right? There you go, Blaze, exactly. So, you want to know who's viewing you. If you just look at that little person, whatever, what is it? Is it a little red man that tells you your number, whatever that is, okay? If you look at this little guy and it says number 1, right? And that bothers you, turn it off. I don't look at it anymore. I don't see them anymore. I don't have any numbers in my face anymore. This right here, you see this number? These are my VODs. So this is my VOD from November the 4th. 124 people. That's how many people live viewed the broadcast, plus how many people have gone and watched the VOD. You hear me on this? Those are your live views, plus anybody who's clicked on that VOD. Who's watching me stream? That's your number. That's your number. So if you're really going to rely on numbers, this is where they are. Those are your real numbers. Like I said, I average about 25 viewers per stream. This is who's actually watching me. Those are my real numbers. They average probably right at 200 a VOD. And I can go all the way back to when I started Twitch, and that's my average. Not saying that's a good or a bad thing, because I'm going to be honest, I don't give a shit about this number. This number has absolutely no power over me whatsoever. This number does not dictate my content. This number does not tell me if I'm doing well or not. This number does not make me more valuable or less valuable. It doesn't do shit for me. It's just a number on a screen. I don't care about it. Right? Don't care about it. Here's what I care about. Okay? Yeah, Blaze. Then 50 just watching. Right? And it's all personal preference, Cherry. 100%. Here's what I care about. Okay? Am I authentic? Am I providing a safe place? Am I creating an environment where we have actual equity so that people can experience what it feels like to have equity? Am I, when I communicate with you one-on-one, am I being supportive? Am I a positive influence in somebody's life? Am I helping? Lady B gave me an incredible compliment today. She said, "You know what, Mrs., I hear your voice in my head." She said, "I hear you telling me you can do it." Because she just launched her website. And she was like, "I can't thank you enough, Mrs., because I hear your voice in my head telling me I can do it, and I can." And she's done it. That's who I want to be. That's what's important to me. That's what's important to me every day. There isn't a single fucking number on Twitch that can give me that feeling. Not one. But there's 1,000 of you that can. And if I can be here when you have a bad day, and you say, "Hey, Mrs., today's a bad day," and it helps you to know that somebody's here that day, if I can be here when you're having a good day, right? I 100% hugs, Blaze. You can't because you're valuable, Blaze. Hey, Buzz. That's who I want to be, okay? So the reason I stream is to empower others to heal through the arts. That's why I started streaming, and that's why I stream today. You want to be a good streamer? In my personal opinion, be a good human being. That's what I think. Blow in a dead zone, catch this later. Oldest loves it here, and I know that she misses it with her crazy schedule. The fact is, she loves it here and it makes you happy. Aw, that's okay. There's always time. But that's what I think streaming should be about, okay? So whether you play games, whether you do anything else, you decide the why. Your why doesn't have to be my why. Your why can be whatever it is. You decide why you want to stream. And then you hold that close and you don't let it go, right? Okay, Cass. And then the rest of it doesn't matter. It no longer messes with your head. Do you see what I'm saying? Those numbers don't mess with your head anymore because you know why you're doing it, and that's important. If you have that goal, right? Okay, Art Rat, thank you so much. Thank you so much for tonight. I appreciate you. You have that goal, you have that, since Cass is leaving. Cass, are you really gone? Are you really, really gone? I know you're sneaky. I'm going to put this canvas down. You better go. I think it makes it worlds easier, okay? It just makes it easier when you're streaming because you stop worrying about everything else, right? Because your focus is on this one thing. My focus is this. This is why I do this. And if you have a solid why, nothing else matters. And it becomes easy. You did get gifted a sub. I think High Flicker gave it to you. I think it was High Flicker. In the craziness that was the beginning of my stream. Was it High Flicker? He did. He's a good dude, Buzz. Hey, Lady B! I was just talking about you. I just used you as an example a minute ago. Never on one thing, stupid brain, thinking of 60 things at once. I get that, Blaze. Oh, thank you, Irk. So are you. I was just saying that you gave me an incredibly good compliment. Right? I was talking about why I stream and who I want to be as a human. And I used your compliment today as an example. So I appreciated it. It really touched my heart. The last nice day until next spring. Yep, Buzz. It's all parkas for you. It's going to be cold. I got a whole winter of listening about kayaks. You know what I'm saying? It could be worse, man. You could be trapped in a house with my husband listening about buying a kayak all winter long. Oh, thank you, Lady B. Sell my kayak. I don't think she's for sale. I mean, if she were, we couldn't afford her. I know you did. It just really touched my heart. I found out Dean Stockwell died a couple days ago. Going to continue. Oh, really? Hello, Quantum Leap. You're going to do this. You can do it, Bram. I believe in you. Even if you don't believe in you, I believe in you. You can do this. And without a mustache, potentially. If we get there, Irk, if we get there. Tina just donated another $100 today, so we're just over 600. Natural causes at 85. Man, that's a good life, though, Blaze. That's a good life. Right? That's all right. Live 85 years and have all of those cool experiences. That's a good life. Trexie Cat. Okay, don't get on the canvas. Shooting for 146, exactly. All right, Bram, thanks for the lurk. already retired from acting a few years after his stroke, but he was still around. Yeah. The old buzzard. I love it. Langoliers. Ah. I'm telling you right now, Langoliers is one of those movies that just stuck in my head forever. Have you all seen it? It's such a, it's such a mental thing, that movie. Right, Buzz? At some point, old is just old. You're not getting older, you're just staying old. Langoliers mess me up, though. It's so good. It's so good. But the concept of the movie, just, oh. Perfect casting. And the guy who played Toomey nailed it. No, it was really good. It was really good. But it really stuck in my head. Like, I couldn't get rid of that movie. You know what I mean? We'd go to an airport, or I'd see a billboard be taken down. And you know what I mean? Like, that movie would come into my head. I'd just be like, See a cat out of the corner of my eye, and then the cat's not there. And I'm like, So Langoliers. It was a really good movie in its time. I mean, technology-wise, it didn't really age well, but man, that story. That story. What was the other one out about the same time that creeped me out so bad? Lawnmower Man. They're coming to get you, right? One on your screen right now. Right? Cats everywhere. No, I do. I see cats out of the corner of my eye all the time. And it's not my cats. Like, this just... I did too, Buzzard. I watched it way after it came out, though. I watched it with a double feature. Pet Cemetery. Lawnmower Man and Pet Cemetery. It was a good double feature. Really creepy, though. Really creepy. I was like, what depraved person put these two movies together back to back? Like, legit, who did this? Smokey and the Bandit at the drive-in. I miss drive-ins. I want to go to a drive-in. VHS sleeve covers? I love it. No, they didn't age well, but you know what? I don't mind that. I don't mind. Watching the old movies, watching the old movie. You know, I don't get mad at black and white movies because they're black and white. I don't get mad at the 80s movies because they look like the 80s. Like, it's all right. We moved on a little bit for technology, but that's okay. Let me see this tracks. I'm not understanding. Oh, there it is. I get it. I need a leaf. I need a leaf here. I need a leaf. Little leaf right here. Happy little leaf. Right here. Ted's lurking. Thank you for lurk. Your first movie in theaters was Lion King. Wow, Irk. My first movie was Grease. You slept through most of the 80s? In the backseat of my parents' station wagon, watching Smokey and the Bandit. That's the best. That's the best. Did you have a sleeping bag? Seen Star Wars at the theater 18 times. Oh my gosh. First Star Wars movie came out when I was like, I don't know how old I was. Little. 7 maybe. I don't know. What year did it come out, y'all? Don't bite this paintbrush. Don't bite the paintbrush. I was like, I had to have been 6 or 7. And we went to see it in the theater and I fell asleep. I need one more little one right there. Does that look right? That's good. Purple Ted and Purple Penguin are the same person. Ted has and Purple Penguin have a account for viewing and account for streaming. I think is what it is. 77. I was 8. Kimba the White Lion? I don't know Kimba the White Lion. Time for espresso. Well, you've got cases of them. Stop biting the paintbrush. Look what he's done to the end of it. Look, he's bitten the enamel. Can y'all see this? He has bitten the enamel off the end of my paintbrush. Stop. I was born in... Stop. Stop. I was born in 1969. Stop. That's Purple Penguin's emotes. That's why. Ted came in the first time during crazy bot time. Realized there's a real person. Oh, Irk. I banned somebody with the stalker's first name the other day. That was not the stalker. And they DM'd me. And they were like, Mrs., what did I do? And I was like, oh, shit, sorry. Sorry. You didn't do anything. I'm sorry. Or I didn't ban them. I said this wrong. I blocked them. I did not ban them. You almost banned Ted. Oh, poor Ted. Ted's so sweet, though. Back, I think I keep getting interrupted. You're all right, Shelly. I lurk around everywhere. So I can't judge anybody.
Yay!
Oh my goodness. Oh, there's somebody at the door. There's somebody at the door, and what's happening? Obi's raiding me. Obi, thank you so much for raiding me. Somebody's delivering 60 pork butts to my door. I have to go answer the door. I mean, I guess I could leave the mic on and y'all could listen to this exchange. But it's probably a bad idea. Thank you so much for reading. Welcome, welcome. I'll be right back.
Oh, you're not a zombie again, are you? Yeah, he's a zombie.
Okay. I got the husband. It's being taken care of. And there's more. There's like an extra 100 pounds. Sign of trust. He won't touch it if I'm not here. Tiger, hi. Berryman, hi. Obi, hi. I'm sorry I had to walk away, guys. How's everybody doing? Obi, thanks for raiding me. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. If y'all could click on my link instead of that referral link, I would appreciate it. So, does anybody from Obi's channel not know me? I mean, is anybody actually new here? Anybody need to know what I do, or should I just move on with my life? Obi doesn't know what I do. Well, it's okay. I don't harass camels named Dave and make fun of him, Obi. I mean, hugs, Tiger. So there's that. What do you actually do? This is just chatting channel where you talk about doing art. You could be right. You could be right. I am the content. Okay. Ooh, apple pie moonshine. I'm gonna need that. Who doesn't know? Yes, Lady V. There's a ton of people who don't know me. Go find them. Bring them in here. Ask them what they've been doing with their life. There's this old woman on Twitch you gotta know. Oh. Yeah, I'm supposed to be painting this painting. We've had a whole lot of really good conversation here and not a whole lot of good painting. Did Cass come back? I told you she was a sneaky shit. She's too old to be a strimmer, right? Right? This is true. I have heard this more than once. What are you doing? You're too old to do that. Aren't you a little old to start a business? Aren't you a little old to be streaming? What are you doing? See this right here? This is my frequently asked questions on my website. Aren't you too old to start a business and live stream on Twitch? Would y'all like to see the answer to this question? You want to see it? No. You should decide to stream. Why not, Sunshine? That's right, Buzz. That's my answer. No. That's my answer when they come into stream. That's my answer when they send me a DM. That's my answer when they message me on Twitter. That's my answer on Instagram. Aren't you too old to do that? No. Apparently not. Look at me doing it. It's a freaking privilege to be this old, y'all. I'm like 30 years past my death date. I'm doing a good job. Let me just have this, okay? Obi, I was talking about Pew today, by the way, for the stream team, just to let you know. I think she sent you a DM. Going ghetto. Get my chicken neck going. I'm good at it because I've used it a lot. You know what I'm saying? What was the post on Twitter today? I think it was Mikey. Asking if you squint a lot because stupid people talk to you. And I'm like, I got this crease right here. We call that my what the fuck wrinkle. I have the deepest wrinkle I have on my face is caused from me going when people talk to me. And if that doesn't tell you how my life has gone, I don't know what else will, okay? Right? That little crease right there? Yeah, that's my what the fuck wrinkle. The fuck? Excuse me, sir? What'd you say to me? That wrinkle engages in all those moments. She wants to join the team, but she's not answered that. Oh, okay. She'll get there then. I just was going to let you know that's who I was talking about because you were concerned about him being a safe place. So I just wanted you to know that I wasn't trying to talk about somebody random I didn't know. You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to bring in somebody I didn't think was safe or anything like that. Your voice gets very assertive. You know what, Buzz? I just get polite. I just get really, really polite. And I enunciate very, very clearly. Oh, did you? Okay, Obi, I was just making sure. I just didn't want you to think that I was going to, I don't know. I probably heard it wrong. Oh, Loopy Mike followed. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry I didn't see that. Was I out talking to the people delivering meat in my house? When you followed? Probably. I'm sorry. My husband and I are cooking now. It's about 700 pounds of pork butt for pulled pork for a group here locally. And they're delivering the meat today. Shit you have in your head and file it. I know, right? I know. I don't know. I mean, you ever just, I don't know. I overthink stuff sometimes, Obi, you know? Need to switch to mobile, so it'll be if you need to shut down the computer and stuff. Thunder just shook the house. Ooh, stay safe, Shelly. Come help do the meat prep. Oh, man, I would love you to come help pull because this is a lot of pork butt to pull. Let me tell you. And we're doing it by ourselves. Meat prep's easy. That stuff's easy. We just trim it up, put some rub on it, and pop it in the smoker. Just pat it a little. Know what I'm saying? You put your smoker away. Why? We run the smoker all winter long. Oh, yeah. I know why. I can just hear you already saying, Mrs. Don't start with that shit. I can already hear it, right? I don't even have to say it out loud. You know. Oh. Oh, God, that's so funny. How much has Mr. raised on his stream? What? My husband for Wounded Warrior Project? Is that what you mean, Sunshine? He hasn't raised any. He's not part of it. Cat, don't put your butt in the camera. He's not part of that team or that group or that. This sounds mean. This is coming out sounding really mean. I don't mean it like that. But he hasn't done it. He doesn't, so I have a schedule. I stream really, really regular, as regularly as I can. He doesn't really have a schedule. He just, plays games with people and hangs out and has fun and streams sometimes, but he's not really on a set schedule. He's going to be more scheduled this spring, but he's not right now. So he's not really participating in stuff like that. You know what I mean? So he hasn't raised any money. But he is helping me in that he's going to dress up in costumes with me, which is going to be great. And yeah, he's eating hot beans. That's for my stream, Sunshine. He's been doing that for us. So he's been helping out us, but he's been doing it here on my stream instead of his own. But yeah, it's all going to our campaign on my Tiltify account. So it's all going to the same place. Like he doesn't have a separate Tiltify account or anything like that. He's scamming on the bean eating. No, he ate the beans. It's just going to it's going to Wounded Warrior on mine. So that 625 I think that we're up to, part of that is him eating beans. But he was only supposed to eat them for one day, and I forced him to do it a couple more times, and he was mad about it because they're pretty nasty. Trex, I have your hair all over my face. Are they calling me? Did they just stack that up outside? Did they just stack 700 pounds of pork butt outside my house? They did not. You did not. Are you fucking serious? Who the hell drops off 700 pounds of pork butt? I'm going to have to go get it. I'm going to have to go move this pork butt. We cannot leave food sitting outside. It's in big cases, you know what I mean? It's in big crates, but it can't stay outside. So, can you guys give me a minute, please? Will you hang with me for a minute? While I go take care of this, I'm sorry. I've got 2 refrigerators and a deep freeze. I've got 2 refrigerators in my barn and a deep freeze, Sunshine, so we've got plenty of room for it. Kekko's hosting me. What's up, Kekko? I'll be right back, though. Okay, guys? Okay. So it's only only 64 pounds of pork butt, or 640 pounds of pork butt. Whew. My husband's out there trying to sort it all out by himself. They give you awards for streaming. Dutch Stream Awards. What, well, we have the game Hers, but that is open for any female or femme-identifying streamers. I know there's eSports Awards. I don't know what all the awards are. I only know what the game Hers are because I was nominated for top creative content creator of the year, but we didn't make it. Oh, Lady B and Borlock are going to bed. Good night. Sorry I missed it. Let's all tiptoe out. Sunshine trying to sneak out on me. Look at you. Well, I'm going to be honest. Twitch doesn't pay for... I don't... I've never made much on Twitch. I don't... Hi, Gecko! How's things? I don't break even, okay? With my website, I have some months where I broke even. I have a couple months where I've gone a little bit ahead. I've got more months where I've spent more money to stream than I make streaming. But I'm real close to breaking even, and that's pretty amazing. At this point, I just need to make enough for it to pay for itself because the supplies and, you know, buying everything that I do. Having the sponsorship from Hunter Killer, having the sponsorship from Plaid, which is not really a sponsorship, it's a membership, but that's really helped out a lot. And there's all kinds of opportunities like that, right? Y'all should take your opportunities when you get them. Can you scoot this way maybe? I cannot, no. It doesn't pay for itself. So right now I cannot make it my job. It is my hope that I will be able to retire and then this will be my full-time job. But I do consider myself a professional artist. I have art in 16 countries, which is pretty amazing. I have a career too, and I haven't finished that career yet because that's what pays my bills. But I absolutely could not make this my job. It doesn't even pay for itself yet. So, but I'm trying, right? That's what we're heading for. That's what we're working towards. And I got to just keep going. But you know, Bram, I only started streaming on Twitch since June. Hey, Seto! You're the best. We started streaming on Twitch June of 20. And I was on Mixer for 3 months before that. That's it. So I haven't been streaming that long. We're at like a year and a half. And I think I'm doing pretty good for a year and a half. I've met some incredible people. It's a second job to be sure, Bram. It's a second job. This is work. Absolutely. I can't make it work either. It's a struggle, Blaze. It's a struggle. But you know what? You got to just keep going. Keep going until you can make it work. It's easy to get discouraged. It really is. Live streaming is much harder, I think, than what I think it's just much more difficult than people think it's going to be. It's a very hard industry to break into. It's very saturated. But it's absolutely a second job, yeah. I stream about 12 hours a week. I put minimum of 20 hours a week into prep time and other things when I'm not streaming. So it's about 32 hours a week for me, which is, you know, that's a full-time job. And then if we take into account, you know, working on social media and working on the website and all that kind of stuff, those numbers just they just keep going up. Get discouraged with your bookmarks, to be honest. For the time and effort they take, I'm undercharging. But if I raise prices, no one will buy them. But I enjoy painting them, so you're not going to stop. You know what, Blaze? I would highly recommend that you start. I was thinking about this the other day because I saw Sinead, who used to stream. Her name was Frenchie Fry when she streamed. And I saw her talking on Twitter because she's an author and she's writing a book. And I thought, you know what? Blaze needs to connect on like Facebook in the book readers chats and the book clubs and all of that kind of stuff. That is your niche right there. Go find the readers. That's your market. Those are the people who are going to buy the bookmarks. Right? Start following those people. Seto, thank you so much. Start following those people that are authors, that are into books, libraries, that kind of stuff. Start commenting on their things, right? And see if you can get some momentum there. But definitely art, finding your market for art. I am probably not the best person to ask advice for because I don't think I've done a good job. I'm trying. But 100% Blaze, that's where I would be looking if I was you. That's where I'd be going. That's why you're always... Obi. Trax wants to paint. I know, it's Lua. He likes to eat the paintbrush while I'm painting. It's very distracting. It's very difficult. Y'all are blowing my mind right now with the subs, Seto. Thank you again. I've gotten more subs today than I've probably gotten in a month. I don't even know what's happening today. Seriously. Thank you. Oh, Obi knows his mark. Oh my gosh. Seto, you didn't have to do that. Thank you. A sub for Artsy and Face and Twiggy and Blue Goddess and Leah. Oh, Seto, you didn't have to do that. I wasn't trying to. Thank you. I wasn't trying to say you should do more. I was saying I don't know what's happening today because see, people have done so much. But thank you. I appreciate it. It definitely helps. Have you seen his squirrel? What, you mean Doug? Are you talking about our squirrel? It's Lua with all the loves and the hypes. Seto's squirrel? Seto, you have a squirrel? Like a wild squirrel? Is this some kind of euphemism for something I don't want to know about? Obi. We have a squirrel named Doug. His haircut, he looks like he has a squirrel on his head. Obi. I was trying to figure it out, Eric, okay? We have a wild squirrel that lives in this tree that we're about to cut down, and his name is Doug, okay? We named him Doug. And he might be rabid, okay? He's crazy. He does like crazy flips and runs up the trees, and he's aggressive. He's not afraid of anybody. Like if you walk up to the tree, he chuffs at you and he won't back down. I don't like him. So I named him Doug. So when I go outside, I'm like, "Sup, Doug?" And the FedEx guy thinks I'm crazy because I'm talking to a squirrel, but you know, whatever. I'm old enough to get away with that stuff now. Don't get on the painting. Don't get on the painting. Looks like he has a squirrel on his seto. I gotta see. Do you have a picture of this in Obi's Discord? I don't think you're in my Discord, Seto, are you? You got a picture of your haircut in Obi's? Or you want to put a picture of your haircut in mine? What were those little squirrels people were carrying around in pouches in their boobs for a while? What was those called? Sugar babies. Sugar babies? Is that what they were? The little flying squirrel guys that people carried them around? Cass is talking to you. Then talk to Cass. She's important. No, I was trying to process this squirrel on his head thing. Sugar gliders. That's what they were called. Yeah. That's what came to mind when he said, "Have you seen Seto's squirrel?" I got a sugar mama, sugar baby, sugar daddy, sugar glider. I only know that those things exist. Boob squirrels, right? Okay, true story, all right? So I worked in secure residential psych for juveniles, and we had a parent come in for visitation, and she smuggled one of the boob squirrels in a pouch in her bra. And we had to remove it from her forcefully. So that's how I learned about sugar gliders.
Mrs.
Yes?
Can you take a break really quick?
Okay, hang on. But I'd never seen him before that. Yeah. Working in secure psych was a trip. Give me just a second, guys. The husband's calling me. Just a second, guys. I got to take a thing into the front yard. Hang on. Okay, I'm coming back. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to interrupt our conversation about boob squirrels. And I didn't think my husband was going to be like, Mrs., why are you talking about boob squirrels? But he didn't. He needed me to help him with the pork butts. Oh. Because you never know,
Thank you.
He catches me. Oh my gosh, fish. Thank you so much. Fish, we made it to 625 for Wounded Warriors. Are you doing okay? Obi, commiserate with Fish. That's right. He's still on fire, I'm sure. Obi knows. He did this Death Nut Challenge too, Fish. Better now. Is it better now? You're doing okay? Oh, the squirrels in my Discord? All right, let's go see. Let's go see. Where'd you put it? In my Discord? In Obi's Discord. Okay, I'm scrolling through. I got new messages on every damn channel. Where'd you put it? Where'd you put it, Seto? Purge the system. Oh, Fish. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There it is. Obi. I got it, Seto. I see it. That don't look like a squirrel. That doesn't look like a squirrel. I mean, it might look like you're trying for a man bun. So I'll judge you about that, but not a squirrel. Look, I got one. I got one too. I mean, how can I judge you? It looks just like mine. That's how I look today. Look, we twins. I think you look great, as a matter of fact. I've decided since we're twins, you look wonderful. I'm not going to be mad at Obi for it, though. Obi gets picked on enough, you know, you got to let him pick on you every now and then. He puts up with way more than I do. That's for sure. Oh my God, you guys. I can't. Obi, what even? What even are you doing? Cass said, can you two get a room? Well, they're in a room. I mean, technically, they got a room in my general chat. I love it. Oh, I love it. Well, Fish, I'm glad you're okay. I was worried about you. I worried about Obi when he did it because he just like bailed for like 3 days because he was feeling so bad afterwards. I don't know. I think this needs a little something. A little something more up here. At least it'll be just a little heavier. I'm real tempted to black in this whole mouth, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to wait. You could eat and drink again. You yelling for meatloaf, for yogurt. Who said mom meatloaf in your chat? Because that's 100% when I heard Fish did this death nut challenge. He's drinking milk. And then he's like, all of a sudden he's like, do we have any yogurt? Was it Jim Bro? Okay. And then he goes, okay, Bram, so good to get to meet you. Thanks for coming in. Never doing it again, right? I don't blame you, Fish. I don't blame you. And then he yells over his shoulder, yogurt! And all I heard was, Mom, meatloaf! And then Jim Bro said it in chat. And then Fish yelled yogurt again, and I was dying. I was dying. Mom, meatloaf! Oh my gosh. I know, right? It was hilarious, though. I feel for you. I was worried about you doing it. I'm really glad that your wife was there and that you were safe and that everything was okay, because, like, I don't think you should do stuff like that by yourself. You know what I'm saying? At all. Yes, absolutely not on the boat. Needs more milk, right? After the first time. Yeah, Obi did say that. And then he did the death nut too. Stream from home, not on the lake today. Yeah, so you could be safe. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, you've had an eventful week, Fish. Made you jump in the water. Made you eat a death nut. You had to eat all the hot beans until you ran out of Carolina Reapers. Had quite the week. You're making us proud, though. You've done so good for Wounded Warriors. Like, it's amazing, man. Seriously, it's amazing. You poked the wrong bear. You did. You did. Well, I'll tell you what. Vulture and Cryptic coming in like that, like, I mean, that's just... Like, that's amazing. Talk about your missus like that. I wouldn't poke his missus. She's my spirit animal, Obi. Mrs. Fish is wonderful. He's eating a death nut. He can't breathe. He's starting to get delirious. He can't close his mouth. And he coughed in her direction, and she said, "Don't cough at me." Ursa, hi. What's up, Berry Man? Seriously, it was really good. I was like, yes, 100%. Husband's dying, and she's like, "Don't cough in my direction." Showing your spirit, Bear. I love it. I love it. Oh. It was too good. Too good. I didn't come up with anything dangerous and crazy to do for Wounded Warrior. We're going to wear costumes. We're going to eat good candy. We're going to have fun. Not doing anything, putting my life in danger and shit. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Die quietly, please. Right? Is she passed him a COVID mask? Oh my gosh. Oh. No, because I did all the Bean Boozled and everything for Cass. I can't do it. I can't even, okay. I can't even talk about it. I can't say the names of the jelly beans without gagging. I can't even say the names of them. Apparently, I can't even think the names of them. Whew! Skelly! It's awful. It's awful. Yeah, I know, we're doing great. Oh, I did get a DM the other day. This killed me. Fish, you guys will appreciate this. $5 away from 7,300. $5 away. Oh my gosh, for Wounded Warrior, that's amazing. How's the move going, Skelly? Lady Brittany. Berryman. Mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You know, with all those exclamation marks, I read that as cult, and I was like, I already got one. Why is this impressive? Oh, it's Castle. I'm glad. Working hard to get things ready. Moving is no joke, Skelly. Moving is no joke, especially if you got kids. I feel for you. I do. Oh, I started to say, Eric and Fish, you'll appreciate this. I got a DM the other day, and somebody asked me why I hadn't raised more for Wounded Warriors. And I was like, you know what? People can do what they can do. I'm not trying to pressure people into spending money that they don't have, okay? But I'm doing my best. And it's okay. And then they followed that up by saying, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Maybe if you spent more time talking about it on your stream instead of promoting other people, you would be doing better. Let me tell you, I had to read that sentence about 3 or 4 times. There are people I don't know, Obi. There are people who aren't here for an obvious reason. you know, Twitter people, Insta people. But I had to read it a few times. No, I decided, okay, so here's how I responded, in all honesty, okay? Here's how I responded. I said, thank you for your concern. And while I appreciate that you think that I should be raising more money for wounded warriors, here is the Tiltify link, and I welcome you to help me do that. But as a point of education, you should know that this event is a group of us streamers who are working together collaboratively. And how I spend my time is not your fucking business. Thank you so much. Have a good day. That's how I responded. Feel free to donate. And oh my goodness, our cat is trapped again. What was that? It's Lua. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm like, but here's the thing, right? Aslua just hit us to 7,300. Thank you, Aslua. Right? Telling other people how to do stuff. I'm like, you don't have to like that I'm trying to be in other people's streams and trying to encourage people to, do well with their charity events. You don't have to like that, but that's my time. Those are my people, right? And I get to do what I want with my time. You don't get to tell me that. And if you think I'm not doing well enough, donate. It's that easy. That's why I sent him the link. I was like, well, you can fix that.
You're fine. I want you to just read something here in just a second. All right, watch. It's coming up. Sorry, chat. Look where he's from.
Oh yeah. All right.
Not the NC.
Yeah. I got it. Bullfrog behind you.
This is a $30,000 kayak.
Do you see what's happening in my DMs over here?
Who slid into your DMs?
Or not my DMs, into my general chat. Y'all got me talking about DMs. Traeger, yes, we know what a Traeger is. You know they're spot welded. That's why we don't have a Traeger.
Traeger. Oh.
We went and looked at them.
Yeah, looked at them, and as soon as, literally, you walk in and you pick the lid up of a Traeger and it does this, it just...
I vetoed the Traeger. 100%.
She vetoed the Shirley, too.
I did not.
You did veto it because it was too expensive.
Do you own a Shirley?
But I have a Shirley, so...
Then I didn't veto it. Apparently. My veto power is not that powerful.
Bull.
Buzz. Now, I'm not going to say a Traeger is a horrible smoker, okay? I V-tried, right? I did not V-succeed. It's not a bad smoker, Buzz. Okay, but when we went to look at him, I had some real questions about, one, they're spot welded, so you're going to lose heat no matter what you do. That steel is thin, too. Okay. And then if you look at their baffle plate and how it's placed in there, there's no way that this is going to do anything for heat dispersion. And the stack is on the wrong end of the smoker. So you can't get smoke to roll all the way around it. It's just going to come in a straight line and go out. No, they're not made here anymore either. So I had some real questions, but we've never owned one. I've never tried one. But I wouldn't buy one. So there's there's my review. However, I do think it wouldn't be bad for somebody who's not cooking, 700 pounds of pork butt like we are. Hey, husband,
Yeah.
do we have 6 pork butt in the kitchen refrigerator?
Yeah.
And we have 70. Or we have 64 that just got dropped off.
Yeah.
So we do have over 700 pounds of pork butt sitting here right now.
Well, if you count me, it's 800 or 1,000. Yeah. Well, okay. The ones out there are huge.
They're pork shoulder.
Easy.
Pork shoulder roasts. We call them pork butt, but it's a pork shoulder. It's what you use to make pulled pork barbecue. And a pit boss, yes, a pit boss is way better, Buzz, 100%. I don't think Obi's anywhere near 700 pounds, Bear Man. I'm pretty sure I weigh more than Obi. You meant the butt part? I see. Yeah, I got a picture of Obi on my refrigerator in my kitchen. My weight loss plan. Okay, I'm sorry. Bear Man made me do it. Bear Man set me up for a joke and I couldn't resist it. Right, Shelly. It's a lie. I don't. I'm just saying. Bear Man set up the joke. I couldn't help it. You got to take your opportunities, people, okay? That was mine. Even made yogurt. What? You made yogurt? It 100% would be weird. I can't even imagine having a picture of any streamer on my refrigerator. Right? I already watch your stream when I have my first cup of coffee. You're already there in the morning. And I voluntarily do that. I have to show up to do that. So you just watched the fish VOD yogurt, did you? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he wanted yogurt because that death nut messed him up so bad. I usually have your stream on. I come up here, I turn on my laptop, I look at how many emails I have. I turn on my PC and pull up my email, Twitter, the website, and Twitch. And then I go get coffee. And then that all just sits there every day. Pre-ordering the advent count as soap for the month? Sure. The advent calendars are done, Lua. It does still say pre-order. I never changed it and I haven't put up a picture up. Do you want an advent calendar? They're so cute. They have like 25 soaps in them. Of course that counts. Mrs. It's not only your channel, everybody does it. And that's not your fault, Obi. That is 100% my fault. Are you free handing this outline? Oh, no. No, I've sketched out. The bigger pieces are all sketched out on the canvas. So some of it, yes. Some of it, yes. These leaves, this leaf was drawn. These flowers are drawn. This nose, not these lines. This line is drawn. But I sketch out the bigger pieces of it. It still says pre-order. Yeah, I never changed it. I'm sorry, Islua. But yeah, 100%. Call yourself Mrs. if you shout somebody else. No, I'm saying it's my fault, Obi, because I lurk in literally everybody's streams. So I pop in, I try and chat for a little bit, like 15 minutes for my break or whatever, and then I'm gone because I'm working, right? And, you know, I won't speak for hours, but if you call my name, I have stream up unless I'm in a meeting and I can't have audio, but I have stream up and I'll go and answer real quick, right? Because I'm listening to you. But I do it in everybody's stream. You were the first one to just, you know, call me out alert nonstop. You were the first, I'll give you that. But now literally everybody does it. Mrs., you still here? Mrs., you still listening? Mrs. I hear it all day long. I hear it all day long. And honest to God, I hear it just like I did my kids when they were little. Mom, 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 mom. That's what I hear. And you know what, Irk? It's because yes, exactly like that. So it doesn't even bother me. It's like normal to just hear that. You know what I mean? Like Mrs., mom. It's just, you know, the same. Irk, having Lady Brittany and the twins, painting a painting like this because I had, you know, two the exact same age and one 4 years older. This is normal too. Being interrupted in what I'm doing and just continuing, right? Talking through the middle of trying to get something done. Like, that's normal in my house. This is how I function. We were sitting here. What were we doing? Oh, I was making the Streamiversary paintings, right? Blaze. Maybe that's why he's got all these plumbing problems. I was making the Streamiversary paintings and I was cutting the cardstock for the back and then putting the little decorative piece on it and putting the first on it because that's all cut out of paper. And I was talking to chat and just doing one right after the other. Oh, yay! And somebody in stream was like, how are you doing this? That like you aren't even thinking about what you're doing. And I'm like, no, actually I am. I'm paying attention. It doesn't look like I'm paying attention, but I'm paying attention. Yeah, this is just, I mean, I can't even pee uninterrupted, you know? This is just how life is. The cats, right? Yeah, they're as bad as the kids. You want to see? You want to see what I'm talking about? You probably can't see. I didn't think about. So, see this flower? Has about half of its petals. Right? And then that leaf is there. This has its bottom petals and the center drawn on there. Maybe it's got more than that. It's almost complete. It's almost complete. But the, okay, don't put your face on it. The outside of the skull, some of the flowers, and the teeth, I did on all of them. Because with it being a series of 6, I wanted the, well, here, I'll show you. So I wanted to make sure, this is what one looks like finished, by the way, after it's shaded in. Like there's a big difference between just the line work and when it's actually finished with the shading. But I wanted to make sure, because it is a series, that I kept the right shape and size, right? Because they are going to be hung together, and I wanted to make sure that they stayed nice and cohesive that way. So rather than freehand this, I sketched those main pieces, right? So that I make sure that when they're hanging on the wall, they all go together. So those 4 are done. This is number 5. And then this one will be that. And that's the painting behind it. So when I did the paintings, I had these sketches where I could see them so that I could disrupt this paint. Because like if you look at how the paint is disrupted, it goes with the lines, right? So each one of them, this pour was disrupted specifically for this painting to go on top of it. Does that make sense? Yeah, there's 6 in the series. So, but I started this series because, like I said, I planned this back in my birthday, and then I couldn't get to it, along with a bunch of other stuff. When I was just talking about the plan for the pour, and I had poured the first one, which was this one. So I was in the middle of this first pour, right? And Cass was like, I want to buy them all. I want to buy them all. So she commissioned the entire series, so they're all sold. And she doesn't want to see them, which is why I keep hiding them when she comes into chat. Because she's buying them sight unseen, so she won't know what they look like finished until she actually receives them. The thought behind this, I'm not really a skulls kind of person, right? As far as art is concerned. I am, however, there's always more underneath than what you give people credit for kind of person. And I really like the combination of the different flowers with the skulls and the pour and the complexity of each one of these. I mean, I could look at this painting right here for hours, and I'd still be picking out details that I hadn't seen before. So, tool it in leather, the detail amazes you, right? I have seen you do some skulls in leather. I've never painted skulls before. I do like them, and there's a lot of skeletal art that I really do like, that I'm attracted to. I've just never done it. But there are some people, you know what I mean, that's their thing. Like, that's all they do. And that's never been me. It's just not my deal. But I really, when I was thinking about this, right around my birthday, I was really focused on understanding people for who they are. And hey, B, don't like the really dark or creepy ones. It's personal preference, right? Exactly. Right around my birthday is when we started talking about, that's when the phrase, I am not responsible for your perception of who I am. I'm responsible for who I actually am. That's when we started having those conversations, and that's what was in my mind when I started planning this series out. Right? And I think it's really important to understand that when you're live streaming, if you're on social media, if you're on the internet a lot, right? Trying to meet somebody else's expectation of who you are because they have a perception of who you are is completely different than being your authentic self. And holding on to who you authentically are when you are live streaming and on social media and in the internet a lot is sometimes difficult for some people. Because if somebody has this really glorified perception of who you are, or, you know, they've put you on a pedestal, you want to be that kind of person, right? You want to meet that standard. And the opposite is true too, okay? So you have somebody who is being abusive and mean to you, right? It's really easy to go down to that lowest common denominator. But who are you authentically, right? And don't get me wrong, I tease my friends, right? And God knows Obi's taken the brunt of it lately. I don't know why. I don't even have an excuse. I actually feel guilty about it. Because I think that we crossed a line teasing each other. Right? Because I can do that sometimes. I make mistakes sometimes. But I absolutely, you know, I love that man. He's wonderful. And I consider him a good friend. But people have a perception of who you are, and I don't think that you're responsible for that. I think you're responsible for who you actually are. And I think it's okay to be responsible for who you are. But if somebody has, here's an example of something that happens along these lines, okay? Somebody donates money to you and then expects you to do something because they donated to you. Right? I gave you $100 and you didn't even stream on Sunday. Where were you? Right? That kind of stuff happens to streamers all the time. I'm not saying that's happened to me. It has not. But it does happen all the time. I did this for you. You should do X. Right? Okay, so that person has a perception of the amount of power that they have over you. You're not responsible for that. They are. Do you see what I'm saying? So back when my birthday was coming around in June, those are the conversations that we were having. And this series of paintings, that's where this came from, is that conversation, right? So you see me as a talking head with pretty flowers around me. And you see these pretty colors around me and the stream lights. And you see all of this. But who am I actually, right? DevTunes is rating me. Thank you so much. That concept, right? What if there is all this and more? What if there's more? Right? Kay with a twist, welcome. Thanks so much for being here. Deep Tunes, thanks for following. Kay with a twist, thanks for following. Vertigo, thanks for following. Oh my goodness. All the new wonderful people, welcome, welcome, welcome. Lorelei, hi. Lady Niobe, thanks for following. If I'm getting anybody's name wrong, please tell me. I won't guarantee I'll get it right. I'll try. Not good at it. Not good at it. But yeah, that's where this came from, Irk. And it should have been painted then. It should have been part of our conversation then. Right? Open and honest. Yes, be your authentic self. Absolutely. Some people need your space. 100% agree. Russ, thanks for following. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for sharing your community with me. What were you guys doing? I do think that we have a responsibility, or definitely, right? You have a responsibility in what you represent. You have a responsibility to conduct yourself in a manner in which is the same as the standard you set for others. I do think we have a responsibility. If I am talking about a particular product, I better believe in that product. Because if I don't, I'm lying. Right? That stuff's important. Had to get your phone though real quick. You're okay. You're okay. Oh, because I'm so sorry. Yes. We have two-factor authentication on here. I have a little bit of a stalker problem. We have somebody who is evading bans by making, I think we're up to like 60 accounts. And I was hoping that these new security measures would help me with that. So I apologize for that being a hassle for people. Are we at 70, Lady Brittany? Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. We have a stalker issue. I apologize that it's gotten in your way. Certainly not my intention to make it more difficult for everybody else. I was just trying to make it difficult for one person, but that's hard to do on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? So tell me what you all do. Tell me about yourselves. Hey, Wazzle. Yeah, it's all right. I'm not worried about it. Stuff like that isn't going to slow me down. It's not going to stop me from doing what we do. You guys are way more important than one guy with an agenda. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. Not even going to hit my radar. You were packing prints for Artist Alley today? Ooh, that's exciting. For Artist Alley for TwitchCon? Is it open? Can you buy a booth yet? Oh, for LocalCon. Man, I got excited. I was like, I didn't think you could buy one yet. You fixed your laptop, the charger died, got a new one and it works? Well, that works. Well, that's a good job. Oh, that's exciting. Dave, do you have an Instagram or a website or anything you want to share your art? Share what you do? Lady Brittany, can you give Deep Tunes a shout out, please? And any of the friends that you brought with you, anybody in your community. If you guys want to share what you do, share links. Links are open in this channel. There's no such thing as no self-promotion. Please feel free to talk about what you love. Happy to hear about what everybody does. Your streaming laptop. Yeah, that's important. We love Mrs. Love you, Irk. All right, let's watch this clip. Oh, and Instagram too. Let me grab that. Let me grab that Instagram. Oops.
She has gotten so far on her painting. Oh my goodness. All right. We're gonna go see Jake.
Did I not grab this right link?
We're gonna raid and run and go get the full time off. But thank you for hanging out.
Why is it saying oops on your Instagram? Are we missing an underscore or something here? I got you. We're missing a backslash. I found you. Oh, treats for the tracks. It works for you. I was missing the backslash. Needs to see my floofy cat. This is Beta. Let me move this painting real quick, please. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. It's time to be strimmer cats. Are going to get up here and be strimmer cat? No? Going to be obstinate? You need treats? Yes, I was told there were cats. Okay, I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it. Get up here, Tracks. Get up here. Boys. Boys, you're making me look bad. You want treats? They're on the desk. They're like, the heck is this? We don't have to work for it. What are you doing? This is Traxie Cat. Trax, you just stepped on the treat, baby. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. There you go. This is Traxie Cat. Bee's favorite cat. She painted him. Traxie Cat has a neurological disorder. He's a rescue. Yes, he's my good boy. He's my good boy. And he's doing really, really good. He still can't hiss and he can't raise his hackles, but he can do everything else that any other cat can do. So he's doing good. He's my chonky boy. This is Beta Cat. Beta Cat is a diva and should be a kitty model because he's beautiful. Come here, baby. Can you sit pretty? Good boy. He is very floofy. He's a bit of a jerk. Beta Cat was rescued as a kitten from a winter storm. He was trapped in a gutter and he had a broken rib. He was about 5 weeks old. Yep, he can't hiss yet, Irk, and he can't raise up his fur right. Yeah, that's my beautiful boy. All gone, all gone. It's all gone. You got it all. So that's my boys, and they're usually up here completely interrupting me. We have to remember to put the lid on the treat jar. They will eat directly out of it until they vomit because they are my chunky boys. It's my chunky boys. But they're my good boys. They're sweet cats. Y'all scooch over here with me for a second. Is it Deve Tunes? DV Tunes? Tell me how to say this. Tell me if I'm saying it wrong. They're very sweet. They sit here when I'm painting and bite on my paintbrushes and get in the way, and they're in stream all the time. All the time. So this is Deve Tunes. Instagram, this is, look at this. Cartoons are a happy place. Look at the caricature. Look at the attitude in the caricature. I freaking love it. Squid Game. So good. Look at this attitude. This is very nice. I love those feathers and that swirl in the center. Took so long to figure out. I don't doubt this took a minute to figure out. It looks very complex. Yep. This is my thought. This is my kind of thought process right here. Yeah, I know. Right there. That's the kind of stuff I go through with my art right there, that thought process. I love it. I love it. Nice. I love all this emotion, all this expression. This is so great. This is so great. I love it. I love it. See that? That's me answering a frequently asked question earlier today from my website. Cool expressions. Yeah, right? My art is full of deep thoughts and stories that only I know, right? Everything has a thought behind it. Everything has a story behind it. It's how my brain works. Absolutely how my brain works. She's a great animator too. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. So cool. So something that we have started. We were talking about another artist, Buttery Smooth, who I adore. He's hilarious, and he's just a great guy. Well, actually, the hot streamers and good vibes and spice. Anyway, there's a bunch of them. We were talking about them going into Discord and showing people's creations and stuff like that. Not family friendly. Yeah, he's a little saucy, but I like him anyway. Oh, he's a little saucy too, for that matter. Anyway, so yeah, at the end of every stream, we're gonna go into the Discord, open up our creations, and see what's been posted since the last stream. So anybody that's new here, you're more than welcome to join my Discord. Post your art, post what you're making, talk about your games. You get to talk about whatever you love, right? But yeah, we had talked about starting stream with it. We talked about, you know, having an us time once a week, all that kind of stuff. And for the most part, the community was like, just do it at the end of every stream. And I was like, all right, we'll just do it then. So we've been doing that. And I'd love to see, you know, you guys post work in there. But there's also a members link section where you can post all of your links so people can follow you across all medias. There's all kinds of stuff in there. And then, of course, there's links about the events that we've got going on. So right now we're in the middle of the 100 Artists event, which is what this is about. We're also doing a charity drive for Wounded Warrior Project, which is what this is about. Because, you know, why not throw a second event in the middle of the one event? I mean, it's fine. But that section of the Discord events, there is always an event going. And as soon as 100 Artists is done in April, we're going to start doing 30-day quick run events with select groups of streamers. And we'll get talking about that in April. But and we'll rotate through a bunch of different streamers. So on my screen, depending on which stream you're looking at, because apparently my camera's flipped back over, I need to fix that. But if you look at the big camera, right here is a C+, or right in here someplace is a C+. The 25 streamers listed there are 25 of the 100 streamers that are participating in the 100 Artists event going on right now. And here in 4 days, that'll change to a different 25 streamers. And we have featured artists on my panels, or featured streamers on my panels. We've got all kinds of stuff to help promote people and to support each other, right? I have an incredibly supportive community full of really, really great people. But really what we have is a gigantic entangled community, right? So part of B's community is part of my community, and part of, you know, the communities that Shelly's in are part of my community, and part of Irks is part of my community, and we're just this big intertwined group of communities that are all rising together on Twitch, and it's pretty cool to watch that. I love that there's about 200 different streamers on Twitch, and I can walk into their channel at any time and recognize somebody. That's cool. Right? Like, that's really cool. So, that's pretty much what we do here. Right? Exactly, Ert. Yeah. I mean, why not raise each other up, right? Why not help each other out? That's the only way anybody gets anywhere. I mean, I know people don't want to admit it, and they want to talk about how I did the work all by myself, and I did all of this, and I'm the streamer, and I did this, and I'm cool. And there's not a streamer alive didn't do it without a community sitting there watching them. So, you're real sure you did that by yourself? You real sure? Because if you were all by yourself, you had 0 viewers. You'd be by yourself. How we do? Oh, I like that, Shelly. That's fun. All rising together, and it's so cool to see. Isn't it, though? Doesn't it feel welcoming? Like, don't you just feel comfortable? Like, I just think that's the coolest thing. I do. When you get to see somebody that, right? I see somebody from Ursa's community and Irk's community. I see somebody from Irk's community and Pickle's community. I see somebody in Pickle's community. And, like, that's the coolest shit to me ever. I love it. I do. I love it. You know what, Shelly? I've been thinking more and more about this mod school idea. And I don't think we should wait. I think we should try and schedule this for, like, I don't know, first, second week of December. I don't think we should wait. We're going to get together and talk about it. December's never busy. I know. I know. Such a, oh, Irk. But you are someone from here. And I'm someone from your channel. That's too sweet. What a wonderful way for you to say that. Down to be involved, right? I don't know. I got to figure it out. I got to figure it out. Maybe January. You think January, Shelly? Just get through the holidays for everybody and all that stuff. And shoot for January. We definitely are going to have this mod school, though. I freaking love this idea. Yes. Yes, Irk. 100%. See, my problem is that I'm excited about this mod school, so I want to do it now. January is probably a better plan. That's probably a better plan. I was there Monday with everyone working. Oh, that's nice. Spent an hour on the phone with my phone teaching her general Twitch things. She wanted to support me and my brother who dabbles in streaming. Oh, that's very cool. With your mom? Irk. Oh, I love that. Okay, Ursa, thank you so much. I appreciate you. So I got to see a lot more of Irk a year and a half ago, going on 2 years ago now, than I do now because the schedule changes. But Irk is usually live when it's, time for my husband and I to like chill from the day and maybe watch some TV or just hang out together. And so I miss Irk, but I go peep on her VODs, and of course, I'm all over Irk's social media all the time. She probably gets tired of me. If I can't catch people live, I'm trying to be active on their social media and pay attention to what they're doing, and try and be supportive where I can be, right? But those those 2.5 little hours that I get before bed, that it's just me and my husband hanging out, that's precious time for my marriage. I need that. I need that downtime before I go to bed. It absolutely is worth it. I think we underestimate how important it is for people to help out on socials, because socials is a rough world, okay? It's rough. I mean, maybe not for everybody, but I find it rough. It is hard for me to succeed on socials. So I am trying to support as many people on socials as I can, because I know it's difficult, and I figure if I'm struggling this hard, they're probably struggling that hard too. I mean, I suppose I might be wrong. That's an assumption on my part, but I don't know. It's difficult for some reason. Hey, new guy. Well, here, let me tell you what I mean. Family friendly and deal in leather, it's tough to find networking folks. Do you think so? Do you think so? Is it hard to find people who enjoy leather work, or are you looking to network within people who do leather work? Tell me which way you're looking at that, Irk. I have 287 Twitter followers. You know how many Twitter followers I had a year ago? 250. Meet more leather workers. So what's your why? Why, Irk? Why do you want to meet more leather workers? A stable? I love it. Ranch kind of connection. Connect in the leather world. Okay. Just for you personally to connect, not from like a business aspect. Just for you personally to connect with other leather workers. Difficult to find leather workers on Twitch, because you have to search through categories that don't tell you that I'm a leather worker. Yes, for you to connect personally. I don't know if Liza's probably not still in here. It's late for her. And take inspiration. Got you. I probably know 8 that live stream, maybe 10. But Irk, if I were a leather worker, here's who I would connect to. I would be looking at blacksmiths, woodworkers, leather workers, quilters, people who crochet, anybody making any kind of purse, anything like that. Those are the types of crafters I would be looking to connect with. The trade craft people. And here's why. So, people who make knives need leather sheaths, right? They're also interested in what you do because they're artisans, okay? You do leather upholstery and work, very cool, right? People who make purses need handles, need wallets, need pockets, need that kind of stuff. So when you connect with those people, you're connecting with people who intrinsically have an interest in what you do because they're already in the market for what you're making. They're already buying sheaths, they're already buying purse handles, they're already buying, right? Wallets, little pouches, things like that to go with their items. They're already interested in what you do because they're already purchasing those items. So that is your target market. Okay? In any industry, I don't know how much marketing you have. And Irk, if I'm giving you advice that you already know, ignore me right now, okay? But in any industry, your target market, right? You can put a demographic on it and you can say, my target market is this age to this age. Okay? That isn't a true target market. That's just a demographic. A target market is actually the group of people who are already intrinsically interested in the product that you have. Okay? Whether they're going to connect with that and be a network person for you, be a support person for you, be a client, customer, whatever, okay? That's to be determined by them. You don't have control over that. And don't try to control it, it'll make you crazy. But you have to find people who are actually already interested. So who is purchasing leather purse handles, wallets? Who is purchasing, who's making the flask that you made a leather cover for? Who's making the knife that you make the sheaths for? Who's, right? And in connecting with those people, you're going to find communities that are already interested in what you're doing. So now you're going to connect with a group of people who are doing interesting things that match with your interests. So you have a commonality. And when you have a commonality like that and you find those people, you're comfortable. You start to feel new, you find new places that you're comfortable in. But if you go into a woodworker's stream or a blacksmith stream, you're going to find leather workers because they're interested in that. It's interesting to watch woodworking. Woodworking uses a lot of the same tools and things like that that you use when you're working leather, right? Not to mention, you use tools on your leather that was made by woodworkers. You're their target market too. It works both ways, right? But that's where you'll find them. So if I'm in PS Knives stream, right? He's gone and rated a leather worker, right? He's how I met Skin Crop. Because they have something in common. So yeah, that's who I would be looking for, right? So for me, when we first started on Mixer, all my friends were gamers. There wasn't hardly any creative community at all. And of course, my husband's a gamer, and you know, my daughter streamed on Twitch as a gamer, okay? So I had to go search up creative people. I was like, where are my artsy people at? I need the art people. And because I work a full-time job and do all the things that I do, volunteer and everything, right? I gave myself a goal and I said, okay, I'm going to take 15 minutes a day and I'm going to find an artist of the day. And Irk, you were one of my artists of the day. So I went into your stream And I said, hi, I'm Mrs. And you were like, hey, we just started doing this thing and it's great, right? And I said, yeah, I try to find a new artist every day, and today you're my artist. And I said that same thing in every stream, every day since. And there have been days that I couldn't do it, right? There's been days that I'm too busy and I can't do it. There's been days I've not been on Twitch at all. So I'm not saying I'm 100% accurate, but I am saying that I dedicate 15 minutes of my time every single day to find somebody new and tell them that they are my person of the day. And I highly recommend it. Here's what that does psychologically. The second I walk into somebody's stream and I say, you're my person of the day, it means I see you. Out of all the people I could have picked, I picked you. You're my person of my day. Mindset, so you had to come check it out yourself, right? Yeah, Buttery was one of my artists of the day. And I want people to feel like they've been seen. I want people to know that they have value and that they're important. And the artist of the day thing that I do, even though it's only 15 minutes, right? It does that. It helps somebody feel important for a moment. It feels like they were chosen because they were and they are. It isn't just a feeling. That's how they should feel because it's true. But I am specifically, for me personally, I am specifically drawn to particular artists, right? Just like you are, right? So in doing this 15 minutes a day, I found all kinds of different artists. I've also been doing it for almost 2 years now, right? So that's, I don't know, 600, 700 different people. And mind you, I don't follow every one of them. I'll pop into a stream that I think is interesting and I'll say, hey, you're my artist of the day today. And then, you know, I'll hang out there for a little bit and be like, this one's not for me. And that's okay. Not everybody's for you, right? So I don't follow them all. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I do reach out and I highly recommend it. It's 15 minutes a day. And if you can take 15 minutes a day and go introduce yourself to somebody, right? And that doesn't get you a follow. It doesn't get you a number. It doesn't get you, that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. You know what I mean? If you really want to connect with people, do it one-on-one, but you're going to have to cast a wide net because the internet's freaking huge, Irk. You do 1 day a week. Yeah, do what you can. Do what you can. I'm not saying this may not work for anybody but me. But figure out something that works for you, right? I mean, and there's a whole bunch of people that I've never followed, that I've, you know, been on a raid and gone back in their stream, or I've popped back in their stream a different day or whatever, and they remember me. They remember the name. I don't have an easy name to remember. It's not very marketable. Opens up your eyes to more arts. Yeah, it's a win-win. Nothing else has to happen. It's just 15 minutes. That's what I'm saying. I'm not looking to gain anything from it. I'm looking to meet people. That's my way to engage. Thanks for the look, Lori. But it has really helped me find people that I consider very close friends now. I mean, you know, like Shelly just said, because I was in Buttery's stream, Shelly is a mod for Buttery. Right? And I adore Shelly. I'm so glad I got to meet her. I mean, I got to meet you, Irk, right? And we're working on 2 years now, and Jim Bro and Keko, and that's been such a wonderful, wonderful part of my life. And it started with 15 minutes. Because I was like, ooh, leather, this is fun. Ooh. Right? This guy's drawn a dog. This is cool. No, he wasn't drawing a dog. What was Buttery doing? Oh, he was doing an actor. Twerking, right? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Irk, I definitely would say after all this time, you were more than worth that first 15 minutes. And you know what? If I had popped into 600 streams and the only person I really got close to, Irk, was you, 100% would have been worth my time. 100%. Anthony Hopkins, yes, thank you, Shelley. That's what he was drawing. It's made your evening. You're welcome. I guess I'm feeling preachy today. I've been preaching a lot more than painting, that's for sure. I don't know. I don't know what happened today. You're not sassy today, right? That attitude change. Shelly, I love that you're like, first thing you're like, wait, Buttery's not family friendly. Wait, Mrs., tell him he's not family friendly. Tattoo photo in Discord. What's up? What's up? It was free-handed? Oh, look at that. It's a cherry blossom tree. It's in our creations, guys. Oh, that is so beautiful. That is so pretty. All right, Eric. We will see you. All right. I just need a little bit. All right. I got 20 minutes. So I got 10 minutes of painting. And then we're going to go through our creations and show everybody's creations that are in the Discord on stream. So if you guys want to add anything to the channel that you want seen, add pictures of your art or anything that you have been working on or worked on in the past, please feel free to do so. And we'll share that with stream here in about 10 minutes. Really have to warn people, he's a great person, fabulous, but man, he does have a dirty mind. He does have a dirty mind. People figure it out. I figured it out. I don't find that, I don't know. I'm not easily offended. But here's the thing, I'm also not a dude. And I can't get away with that kind of humor because I would be harassed nonstop. Star Trek Con this weekend. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How much work do you have to do on it, New Guy? This weekend, it's like Wednesday. That's stressful. I would be stressed out right now if I were you. Which is probably not helpful for you to hear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, New Guy. Outside of the jacket done. Leaving things to last minute. Oh my goodness. I'm sure you can do it. I am sure you can do it. You have tons of experience making cosplays, so you can do it. I have faith in you. I read an article the other day about photorealism in art. And it was talking about photorealism being a trend on TikTok, as well as the digital crypto art, right? Bunch of metal pins, but as I don't have time, I'm gonna complicated route and make them out of clay, turn them into molds, and then make them out of resin. Oh my gosh. For like the communicators and that stuff. Okay, so I did not draw this entire rose. I only drew part of it. I did not draw this petal. Pin insignia. Oh, I get it. I get what you're saying. Four-hour coach trip to London with the kiddo. Coach trip, meaning like a bus or like a cab. Oh my goodness. Well, I wish you the best of luck on that one. That part I would not be looking forward to. That's for sure. Yeah, I would not be looking forward to that whatsoever. My kids are really, really good in public, but public transportation is a nightmare here. So I would not be anxious for 4 hours on a bus, that is for sure. Does this line, this line, this line, oh, that's better. That's better. See, this is the problem with only partially drawing stuff in that's complicated, is that I get confused in the middle of it. All the electronics, yes, 100%. Oh, well, that's good. 6 a.m., so that won't be fun. Well, there's only two tactics there. You either keep him up late so he sleeps through it, or you put him to bed early so he's awake. Whichever way is going to be easiest. But yeah, at least you'll have something to do. 4 hours on a bus is a long time. Oh, I missed this one. I see.
Mrs., you still alive?
I am.
Oh, are you painting?
I am.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good idea, Nick Guy. Then you can do them while you're on the bus. Do you need me down there?
No.
That's a good idea. Then you can sit on the bus and do them. Brilliant. You're so smart. Give your hands something to do while you're sitting there. All right, I think this is as far as we're going to get. Not bad. I'm pretty happy with my flowers. What do you think of my peony down there? The beginnings of our skull, some leaves, our little rose bud that we just painted right up there. Making some progress. Got a nice chin with him chewing on a leaf down there. Still debating as to whether or not I want to black in the mouth. I think this should be black. He doesn't have a tongue, he's a skull. Let's sneak over here and look at our creations. Give me just a second, y'all. Need to pull this up over here. Need to move this over here. Need to get to the right day. Here we are. We're starting with sunshine. What is happening with Twitch right now? All right, sketch over here. You guys get to see everything the community's working on from our creations in the Discord. And come check this out with me. There's some rainbow canvases from Sunshine. This looks really cool all stacked up, doesn't it? Look at the texture on those. What do the tops of them look like? An old original work from Sunshine. Does this not look like it has a leopard hiding in it? Is it just me? I like that. Oh, and she framed this one. I love this one. This is like with those color shift paints. It's so pretty. I like the matte and frame on that too. I like the gold with it. That's a good choice. Look at that gin, chat. What's she talking about? Look at this. With the cat ears. This is... Okay, you guys, this is the back of an embroidery. that Waterfly did. This is the back. Okay? That is so impressive. That's the front of it. That back is so clean. Oh my goodness. If you've ever tried to embroidery, I would never show the back of a piece. Ever. Ever. It's adorable too. This is from B. Such detail. Some elements still missing from this sketch, so she's going to do it again. B's study on Beatrix Potter are just amazing, by the way. The Mantle of Maven, how to find frost fairies. There is indeed a fairy here. This is so... Zoom in. Where's my ability to zoom in? Look at this. That's cooler than shit right there. That's cooler than shit. Look, I can see another one. And another one. I'm going to be looking for them this winter. Y'all going to go look for frost fairies to draw this winter? Because that's awesome. That is so awesome. B said very cool. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Ghostbusters. I love it. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. Here's what I'm impressed by. One, the tone on tone color is just fucking perfect. However, happy, menacing. Freaking good job nailing that expression. That's not easy. Lady B, who just went live on her website today, getting everything ready. These are some of her coasters. Looks like you on your wedding day. Happy? Not. Right? When that smile doesn't quite reach your eyes. So these are acrylic pours with, there's my, look, I can zoom in on this. Thanks, computer. I wanted to zoom in, but that's okay. Peace, love, tea, and coffee. This is nice. These are acrylic pours over porcelain tiles with a resin clear coat on the top of them. Really nice. So pretty. This is the inside of a shaving kit that Irk just made out of leather. Here's the outside pictures. Look how pretty this is. See, Irk got to be going meeting people with beards. Obi. Who needs this? Everybody, because it's fucking fabulous. Pretty sure you don't want an American flag though. Here's the moon phases from Blaze. Blaze's ability to capture shadow and light. Seriously impressive. Look at this owl. Look at these one. This is fun too. I like that rainbow. The colors on this owl. Doesn't this owl, this one right here, this owl, looks melancholy to me. And this one might be angry. This looks like my cat's. This looks like Beta Cat on any given day. Good barn owl, right? Right? So good. Those are all wooden, hand-painted wooden bookmarks. They're amazing. Here is Nuke Dye's new tat that I was talking about. Cherry Blossom Tree. Look at this. So impressive. It's one hell of a tattoo artist right there. That shading and that fade in color and all of those cherry blossoms. Look at that. They did a good job. They did a really good job. The left one is super pissed off, right? That owl is, right? Sad and angry. Isn't that a great tat? Shelly. Look at this wreath with the fox. Oh my gosh. This is so cute. Still a work in progress. What else needs to be done to it? It is so cute. Oh, do you know? Do you know what else I see? What's this? What's this? There is a helper here. I see a helper. Are you taking pictures? Allow me to help you. I love it. Oh, my life right there. Oh, that's nice. Is that your cat? Yeah. Oh, you paint? That's nice. I was told there would be cats. Oh. Oh, this is very cool. Work in progress. I love this stance. This is very regal. And this is from Islua. I love it. Islua, you know what? I could recognize your art anywhere. You have a very particular style that is unique to you. I love that. I love that. It's a rubber ducky. I missed rubber ducky. I'm sad. This is freaking cute. Look at this water, though, and the shadow. That's very nice. That's very nice, Shelley. Phone photography. Ooh. What is it? Who is this bug in an acorn top? This is very cool. The dew dripping off of him. Look at this guy. He's in there drinking dew. Who is this? This is such, these are such cool pictures. I love this. But this right here, perhaps Cruella de Vil. Perhaps a very angry loon. Your neighbor has a palm tree. No, I think that's Cruella de Vil. I'm pretty sure. Look at the neck. Shoulders. Hair. I love this. This is very, very cool. This is amazing. That's a really, really cool picture. Bluesy's rated me. Bluesy. Bluesy. Bluesy, we have to raid somebody else. Bluesy, did you have another choice on who you wanted to raid? I'll go raid him. Okay, New Dyke, get it done. You can do it. I believe in you. Who's live?
I really appreciate
Ooh,
it. Thank you, Rock.
shush. Shush. Why are people talking out loud to me on Twitch? Who's streaming? It won't let you. It's Sir Warlord. Oh, let me look. Yeah, because I have to go. But thank you so much. Bluesy, tell me what you were doing today. Were you sailing? I can't even find Sir Warlord. Are you sure the... There is no... I can't find him. He's a veteran, and I wanted to let him know. Are you sure that L isn't an I or something? Let me try and find this guy. Or the Sir isn't spelled a different way. You're playing World of Warships? What is that? Oh, it's a 0. Look at you, Shelly. The best. The best. Got it. They're playing PUBG. Y'all want to go show some support for a PUBG player? Let's do it. He's a veteran. We're going to talk to him about Warrior Week and WWP, right? Let's do this. Okay? So I don't know if this is a safe community. I don't know this person. I haven't vetted them. But this is a veteran that we're going to share the news about Warrior Week with Wounded Warriors. So if you find anything there that you're uncomfortable with, I apologize. Hopefully, this will be a good experience for you and you'll get to stay. But if you guys could, please throw any hearts that you have up in chat and let him know that we're here to give him support today, okay? I would appreciate that. I am sorry, Bluesy, that we had to go so quick. We will see you, Sunshine. I'm sorry that we were ended when you rated me, but thank you so much for trusting me with your community. I appreciate you. I really do. But I know I'll get to see you again. All of y'all. I'm streaming again tomorrow. I'm streaming again Friday. Might be streaming on Saturday. We're just gonna do all the days. So see y'all soon. Love your faces.
He's in the right corner, dead right corner, close.